Hello viewers, as part of PMP examination preparation, we are discussing Agile Practice Guide. In last two videos, we have covered all the chapters of Agile Practice Guide. In this video specifically, we are actually focused on three aspects: how the knowledge areas are connected to the project management phases. Number two, how the knowledge areas are connected to the agile practices, and how the agile values and principles of agile, how the values and principles of agile are discussed in this exam content outline. So these are the three aspects. So to understand the whole view, how each of the major areas are connected and where we are, and how the agile practices are different or they have the distinct features, we can understand this from this video. So let's me start with knowledge area. You can check on the slide. You can see on the slide that we have knowledge areas in this column, knowledge areas, and the other column actually the project management process phases. There are 5 phases we know. Number 1 is initial process group. Number 2 is planning process group. Number 3 is executing process group. And number 4 is monitoring and controlling process group. And finally, the closing process group. So it means initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and closing. These are the 5 phases of project management process. So how they are connected to the project knowledge areas. Number 1 is project integration management. So actually when we call about integration, it means developing a project charter. So this is the initial process step of a project management, developing project charter. And then in the planning group, we have developing project management plan. And in the execution, we have direct and manage project work or manage project knowledge. And in monitoring aspect, we have to monitor and control project work and perform integrated change control. And in the closing, we actually close the project and phase. And now second one, the project scope management. So this is actually the aspect of planning chapter. Planning scope management, collecting requirements, defining scope, creating work breakdown structure, and then we can validate them in the monitoring stage. We can validate scope and control scope. Then we come to the project schedule management. So this part actually part of planning aspect. So in the planning, we do planning schedule management, define the activities. We make clear sequence of the activities and estimate the time. And in the monitoring stage, we actually control the schedule we have decided. So this one is another part. Here we are actually focusing on project cost management. In project cost management, actually we have to plan the cost management. We estimate cost, we determine budget, and finally in the monitoring stage we control the cost. The next one is about project quality management. For ensuring the quality, we actually plan the quality management. So this is the aspect of planning stage. Then in the execution stage, we manage the quality. In the monitoring stage, we control quality. Then come to the project resource management, how we do the resource management. At the planning stage, we plan resource management, then we estimate activity resources. In the execution stage, we acquire resources, we develop team, and we manage team. In the monitoring stage, we control the resources. Next one is project communication management. For ensuring the communication, at the planning stage, we plan communication management. Then in the execution stage, we manage communication. In the monitoring stage, we monitor communication. Then project risk management. In the project risk management, actually, we come to the planning stage. What do you do? You can see that we plan risk management. We identify risks. We perform quality risk assessment. We perform quantitative risk assessment. And we plan the risk. This is the planning stage. In the execution stage, we implement risk responses. And in the monitoring and controlling stage, we monitor risk. And now project procurement management. For proper procuring, in the planning stage, we plan procurement management. In the execution stage, we conduct the procurement. And in the control and monitoring stage, we control procurements. The last one is project stakeholder management. So for that one, we actually in the initial stage, we identify the stakeholder. Then we plan stakeholder engagement. Then we execute, manage stakeholder engagement. Then we monitor and control monitoring stakeholder engagement. So these are the connection. Now focus on the knowledge areas and agile application process. These are the knowledge areas and these are how we actually use the agile practices. In the project integration management, we actually promote the engagement of team members as a local domain expert in integration management. So we actually engage all the team members and determine how plans and components should integrate together. And control of the detailed product planning and delivery is delegated to the team. So planning and delivery is fully delegated to the team, and building a collaborative decision making environment, ensuring the team has the ability to respond to change. So team actually decides the works. Any feature stories they conduct with the product owner. So as part of the consultation of the product owner, they take the stories and they decide how they implement. So this way integration is happening. Number 5 is project scope management. To ensure the scope, to make a proper scope management, we deliberately spend less time trying to define and agree on the scope in the early stage of the project. At the beginning, we do not go for details because it's agile. We can do it later through change. We spend more time establishing the process for its ongoing discovery and refinement. So in each iteration, in each sprint, we actually we actually take the feedbacks from the stakeholders. We purposefully build and review prototypes and release versions in order to refine the requirements. So we demonstrate a prototype, we accept the feedbacks, and then we work on it. So we refine it. Scope is defined and redefined throughout the project. So these requirements constitute the backlog. So whatever the feedback comes, it's coming as a story or feedback or feature in the product backlog. And the number 6, product schedule management. For managing the schedule, In agile process, actually we short cycle to undertake work, review the results, we adapt as necessary, we ensure the iterative scheduling and on-demand, pull-based scheduling. In large organization, there may be a mixture of small projects and large initiatives requiring long-term strategies. Now, for the cost management, in agile process, actually projects with high degree of uncertainty or those where the scope is not fully defined may not benefit from detailed cost calculation due to frequent changes. So we cannot calculate the cost ahead of the project. Rather, we calculate the cost for each iteration, beginning of the iteration, for each sprint. So we generate a fast, high-level forecast of project labor cost, which can then be easily adjusted as a changes arises. We make a detailed estimates that in each sprint we do it for short-term planning horizons in a just-time fashion. So high variability projects are also subject to strict budgets, but we can change them. The scope and schedule are most often adjusted to stay within the cost constraints. Now, the project quality management. To manage the quality, to ensure the quality, in agile process actually, we call for frequent quality and review steps built in throughout the project rather than toward the end of the project. So in each sprint, we ensure the quality. In each deliverables, in each prototype, we accept the feedback for ensuring the quality. So we require retrospective regularly, check on the effectiveness of the quality process. We look for the root causes of issues, then suggest trials of new approaches to improve quality. We focus on small batches of work, incorporating as many elements of project deliverables possible. Small batch we maintain small batch system aim to uncover inconsistencies and quality issues earlier. Sorry. Then for project resource management, actually in agile process, projects with high variability benefit from team structure that maximize focus and collaboration, such as self-organizing teams with a generalizing specialist. So knowledge, T-shaped team formation works better. Who has the capacity and knowledge in many fields. So collaboration is intended to boost productivity and facilitate innovative problem solving. Collaborative teams may facilitate accelerated integration of distinct work activities and improve communication. Collaborative teams may increase knowledge sharing and provide flexibility of work assignments in addition to other advantages. Then we have project communications management. For better communication in agile process, we communicate directly, communicate evolving and emerging detail more frequently and quickly, mostly face to face or via video conference. We access to information, frequent team checkpoints, and co-locating team members as much as possible. Transparently posting project artifacts and holding regular stakeholder views to ensure the quality, to ensure that schedule, we make regular communications in a short break, especially face to face. So, and then the risk management. For agile process, high variability environments by definition incur more uncertainty and risk. So we make use of frequent reviews of incremental work, products and cross-functional project teams to accelerate knowledge sharing and ensure that risk is understood and managed. Risk is considered when selecting the content of each iteration, and their requirements are kept as a living document that is updated regularly. For project procurement management, in agile process, a shared risk procurement model where both the buyer and the seller share in the risk and reward associated with the project. So they share the risk, buyer and seller. Larger projects may use a master service agreement, may be used for the overall engagement, with the adaptive work being placed in appendix or supplement. For stakeholder management, we actually require active engagement. In agile process, it requires active engagement and participation with project stakeholders. Teams engage with stakeholders directly rather than going through layers of management. We regularly interaction, we ensure regular interactions with the stakeholder community. We build trust and support adjustment early, thus reducing the cost. So these are the connection between the knowledge areas and the agile practices. If we focus on indie values and how we are finding in agile practice guide in the eco, we'll find that our first value is individuals and interactions over the process and tools. It means we focus on servant leadership, empowers the team. Team composition matters. Charter the project and the team. So we need a project charter. Daily stand-up meetings helps. And organizational culture should be changed in the agile process. Working software over the comprehensive documentation. We need not much documentation. We focus on backlog preparation, backlog refinement, demonstration or reviews, and execution practices that help teams deliver value. And third one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. We appreciate the customer, stakeholder. So team composition made in that manner. We measure the agile projects. Organizational culture also changed. Procurement and contracts are directly shared. Risk is ensuring. Organizational structure also changed. And last value is responding to change over following plan. So retrospectives emphasized, backlog refinement are done, demonstration and reviews also are done. If we focus on the principles, we will see that our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. So we should focus on project life cycle. It should be agile, or it should be incremental, or it should be hybrid, or it should be iteration based. So we welcome changing requirements, even late in development. Agile process harness changes for the customer's competitive advantage. So we refine the backlog in each iteration. We deliver working software frequently, from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, with a preference to the shorter time scale. So this is a common agile practices like agile, scrum, iteration, and sprint. Deliverables are broken into pieces. So we deliver with multiple stages. So business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So servant leadership empowers the team, and we make a backlog. We have a preparation for backlog and backlog refinement. For building projects around motivated individuals, give them environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. So here team actually works independently to perform to achieve the goal. So team composition, team charter are made, and retrospectives are done. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. So face-to-face communication is emphasized if possible, and team structures and daily statement meetings are emphasized here. We working software is primary measure of progress. Working software. So they actually try to execute execution practices that help team deliver value. They make a prototype or small deliverables, then get the feedback and then work on it. So how iteration and increments help delivery working product. The agile process promotes sustainable development. The sponsor, the developers, and the user should be able to maintain a constant pace. So we should have the project charter and team charter so that we work on strictly to by accepting the stakeholders' view in each iteration, in each sprint. And agile practice actually have a continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. So we should practice the common agile practices. And if focus is on simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. So backlog preparation is there, backlog refinements are there. The best architecture requirements and designs emerge from self-organization teams. So team composition should be in that manner and focus on art regular intervals. The team reflects on how to become more effective and tunes adjust its behavior accordingly. So retrospective actually help in this matter and team composition should be in that manner. And that's all. Thank you so much. Next video we will be covering the common agile practices. Bye.